Hello, everybody. Be welcome. We are going to begin the class for today. Thank you for joining. Well, let's go first to the versicle for this week, and it's Matthew 6:11. And the Lord said to us, "Give us today our daily bread. Give us today our daily bread." This is according to the New International Version, and the value for this week is give us. Give us. Well, let's take a look for these passages according to another version. Well, for today, I'm going to share to you the Vivian's version. Give us this day for the standard. This day, remember, is like a synonym, is another way to say today, this day. But for Vivian Literal Bible, we have a bit changing because it's an interchange between the last part for some version. Our daily bread is the last part. In this case, is at the beginning. Our daily bread. Our daily bread, grant us today. Grant us today. In this case, the verb grant is like in Spanish, say conceder. Well, but here we got to another one. Let's go to English Contemporary Version. Contemporary English Version. Well, give us our food for today. Give us our food for today. Well, this contemporary version is not in the poetic form like the bread, the daily bread. Well, is more directly is to go to the grain, like to say food. It's a food. Jesus talking about food, not just bread. You are not going to live only eating bread. That's clear. But this version are focused on using expression or using words that everybody is going to get clear the idea for the translation. Well, and remember, we have for tomorrow, we are going to do a challenge. The challenge consists in say, or you are going to practice your English skills. You are going to tell the three first versicle for the Our Father praying. That means you have to say Matthew 6:9, Matthew 6:10, and Matthew 6:11. You are going to say something like this. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Okay, that uh, is not a challenge. It's maybe a pre-challenge. Well, bueno, no se nos olvide que para el día de mañana vamos a hacer como una previa, ¿verdad? Porque la idea, el reto completo es aprenderse todo el Padre Nuestro. Pero mañana quiero que hagamos un ensayo con las tres primeras oraciones, de las tres primeras partes del Our Father. Entonces, vamos a ir con esto, ¿verdad? Con el 6:9, 6:10 y 6:11. A la hora de la clase, quiero que lo practiquen, que todos lo digan, ¿verdad? Es lo primero que vamos a hacer al iniciar. El otro punto, recordar que hay que leer para mañana también, ¿verdad? Si no lo han hecho, todavía tienen el día de hoy, parte de mañana, lo que sería la letter number 6, ¿verdad? La carta número 6 de Scripted Letters, ¿verdad? Hay que leer esta carta. Vamos a estar hablando acerca de algunas ideas, algunas palabras también interesantes que nos da C.S. Lewis en este maravilloso, wonderful book. Well, that's all. And now, here we go to continue with reading and conversations. Well, maybe for some of you, I don't know if you remember about this reading for Narnia. I hope you maybe remember all the details. Well, because for today we are going to do an exercise and you are going to help me to complete this exercise. Well, if you don't remember, well, we are going to go for the opposite page. We're going to return and you can make a little reading and then you maybe are going to get a reading. And well, at first we have to underline the correct choice. You have to underline the correct choice. Well, we have for the first sentences, the children, remember, got to the country because of the weather or the war. What is the correct answer? Tell me. Why they go to the country?
The war.
For the war. Okay, that's correct. For the war. Well, let's go to number 2. Now tell me, there are 3 or 4 pensive children. Tell me, what is the correct? 3 or 4? 4. Well, that's correct. There are 4. And remember, they are 4 because C.S. Lewis is thinking about the 4 Gospels, the 4 Gospels in the Bible. And well, let's go to number 3. The children play hide and seek. And well, everybody knows what is hide and seek. What is the meaning for hide and seek? Yes, we know what is that. What is play hide and seek? No problem with that.
No, teacher.
Okay, you don't know about the meaning. Quisiera saber, ¿verdad? Aquí dice que ellos jugaron algo. Y lo que quisiera saber es si todos saben qué es hide and seek. Porque si no, no sabemos, no estamos perdidos ahí de qué es.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay.
Escondelero.
Very nice. Escondelero, esconderse. Thank you so much. Well, and now, they play hide and seek in the house or in the woods? Do you remember where they do that? Remember, tell me, Ulysses.
In the house.
In the house. Because they play this, they discover the wardrobe. Because they play hide and seek in the house. House is, well, the house is the correct answer for this. Well, now here we go to number 4. The wardrobe. Remember, wardrobe is like to say ropero. Leads to another house or land?
Land.
It's correct. To the land of Narnia. The land of Narnia. Well, let's go to number 5. It is always winter in Narnia because which of the children?
Which?
Because of the witch. Very good. Well, and here we got to number 6. The children become soldiers or rulers in Narnia. What do you think? Soldiers or rulers?
What is the meaning for rulers?
Podríamos traducirlo como los gobernadores, sería una forma de traducir. Recuerden que cuando se usa rule, la expresión rule the world es dominar el mundo. ¿Yeah? Pero en este caso, rulers, estaríamos diciendo que serían no los que dominarían Narnia, escucha raro el nombre así, ¿verdad? Más bien los que gobernarían Narnia, así veríamos eso de rulers.
Rulers in Narnia.
Rulers in Narnia, that's correct. Yeah. Number 7, Aslan, is a lion or a man?
It's a lion.
It's a lion, very good. It's a lion. Well, and the last one, number 8, the witch and her creatures win or lose the fight? What do you think? The witch win or lose?
Lose.
Okay, she loses the fight. Well, very nice. And we complete exercise 1 to 8. Let's go to the next part. In the next part, we have to complete the history outline. Maybe using 1 or 2 words. Well, if you don't remember, don't worry about that. If you don't remember, just tell me, teacher, can we read it again? And I'm going to return to this part and you can read, you can make a quick reading and then, hey, teacher, I got the answer. And then you're going to tell me what is the correct answer or maybe what is the word that we have to use over here. Okay, no worries about don't remember what is the answer. If you don't remember, just tell me, teacher, can you go to the reading? I got to the reading and you read it quickly. Well, we have the first one is the pensive children. The pensive children go from where? Is the question here.
Downtown.
From downtown, it will be maybe, but isn't specific places. Do you remember where they lived before to go into the country? Is the capital for England?
London.
London.
Londres, Manchester.
No, it's not Manchester. In London. London is the capital. Manchester is a city in England, but the capital for England is London. And they go from London. They go from London to the country. We can say they go from the city too. Maybe can be a nice answer. But if we go to read the text, the answer, pay attention, the answer is they go from where? From London. From London. They go from London. It is specific. What is the place? Is London. Well, then we have in number 2. During, remember about the time or maybe the what were happened for what?
War.
Okay, during the war.
Second.
Second World War. Okay, it can be two, second or World War Second. We can use, for example, 1 or 2 wars. In this case, World War Second. Or what second? Some people make an abbreviation for this like WW and 22, World War Second. For English, it's normal to say at first World War and then second, and not Second World War. It's not First World War, it's World War First, World War Second. Bien, let's continue with the next. The next is they stay in
Strange uncle.
in a strange house. Everybody agree with that adjective? Do you remember how was the house? That is a question. And we need an adjective for describing this house. We're going to return and try to read the part of the house and try to find what is the adjective that describes in the best way this house.
Big house.
Big house. Excellent, Ulysses. That is the adjective. And we are going to say, okay, they stay in a big house. In this country, they stay in a big house. Remember, country, the country in this case is not a nation, is like to say in Spanish, el campo. Remember, the word country have 2 possible meanings. The first one is to talking about nations, but the second one is to going to this from the city to the country. Well, it has. Do you remember what has this house? Many what?
Rooms.
Many rooms, that's correct. It has many rooms. During a game of hide and seek, the Pensive. What can say here to describe pensive? What were they according to Narnia? No? Well, try to return and pay attention. What can be pensive? What?
Lucy.
Lucy. Lucy pensive. That is bit, try to read this. The Lucy pensive discovers, well, it's not, it's clear. Lucy discovered the wardrobe. Okay. But we can say that Lucy is another. Try to find an adjective for Lucy. What was her? We have 4 brothers. Try to remember. Big brother. And what is Lucy?
The youngest.
The youngest can be the youngest. Okay, can be the youngest. The youngest pensive discovers. It can be. The youngest pensive discovered. Another one. Sorry, the youngest. The youngest pensive. But we can use another adjective to describe. Do you remember about the leader? The leader 1 pensive. It can be another one. But is nice because it's the youngest, and we use a superlative form in this case. Well, and continue with the other one is that is really a. Do you remember what is that? What is this wardrobe?
Closet.
Yes, but when we go, we have door. We have, we can use, for example, we can think about a door. And what we do when we are at the door of some place. It's a
Lamp.
okay, maybe could be. Try to return to find the best idea for this. And try to read. It's a, did you find?
Snowy.
Yes, this is it. They go to a snowy place. But what is the wardrobe? The ending of a wardrobe, it's a door to this place. It's a door. It's a door. The place color Narnia. Well, continue. The 4 pensives become what we are going to use if we read and queens. What is our word? If they are queens,
Rulers.
could you repeat me, Ulises?
Rulers.
Yes, rulers, but in this case, these two are for male and female. We have the females. The females are queens.
Queen.
But what is the male version for a queen? Remember, the queen is married to what? ¿Con qué se casa
King.
la reina? Ah, ok, con un kings. Kings and queens. The four pensive become kings and queens. And a king and a queen, it's a ruler. It's a ruler. In this case, es el gobernador, el que gobierna. Ahí vemos esa aplicación de rulers. They rule to Narnia. Por eso es que decimos, Jesus will rule the world in the future. Jesus will rule. ¿Qué es rule? Es gobernar. Aunque también rule a veces se mira como dominar. Hay un grupo muy famoso que lo han puesto ahorita de moda, la canción la ha puesto de moda unos muñequitos raros que han salido en internet, que se me escapa el nombre de los muñequitos. Hay uno que le dicen el cameraman y hay otros, no recuerdo cuál es el nombre que le dan a los otros. Pero hay unos muñequitos mero raros que han salido por ahí que están diciendo que no es recomendado que los niños los vean. Vean. Unos, son unos personajes que el cuerpo es de hombre, pero la cabeza la cambian, ¿verdad? Hay uno que tiene cabeza de una cámara de video, otro cabeza de televisión, pero el que es como el que ha desatado, digamos, las alarmas es uno que tiene la cabeza, tiene una cabeza de una persona dentro de un inodoro. Se me escapa ahorita el nombre. Veamos, quizás alguien se acaba, sabe. Ah, thank you, Luis. Los Skibidi Toilers, correcto, esos son. Eh, con esos se han puesto de moda una canción antigua de los Tears for Fears, que en esa canción ellos dicen, Everybody wants to rule the world. Esa es la canción. Everybody wants to rule the world. En ese caso, cuando se usa la palabra rules, no es como gobernar, ya, es más bien como dominar el mundo. Había una caricatura antes, no sé quiénes alcanzaron a ver la caricatura de, ¿cómo se llama? De Pinky y Cerebro. Pinky y Cerebro, ¿verdad? También el cerebro es como un ratoncito que también quiere conquistar al mundo. Entonces, él también usa esa expresión mucho. Eh, Le pregunta siempre en inglés, ¿verdad? Le pregunta a Pinky, hey, Brain, what we are going to do today? Y le responde el otro, ¿verdad? Pinky, today we are going to rule the world. Vamos a conquistar el mundo. Entonces, tiene esas dos connotaciones, conquistar o gobernar. Bien, de hecho, el término rules viene del que da las reglas o el que pone las reglas, porque si usted piensa, la palabra rule normalmente la vemos como una regla, una rule, a ruler, decimos una regla. O en este caso, pues es el que pone las reglas. Esa es la etimología en inglés, el que pone las reglas. ¿Y quién es el que pone las reglas? El que manda. ¿Y quién es el que manda? El que gobierna. Bien, vamos a la última de estas. Dice, in the end, they. What do they, according to this, with the fight? They lose or they win?
They win.
They win the final fight. That's correct. Well, and we have some answers to a question. In this case, we are not going to write. We are going to do the practice for speaking. I need your can turn on your microphone and say me what do you think, or maybe what is your answer for this? Got to number one. Why do the pensive children go from London to the country? Why? Why they go from London to the country? Somebody has the answer? Why they go from London to the country?
Because London was in war.
London was in fire. Okay, because of the Second World War, the World War Second. That's correct. That is the reason. Well, let's go to number 2. They say, who do they stay with? This house in the country, maybe we can remember, and is not for the parents.
Uncle,
Okay, well, the uncle, very nice. Their uncle. What were they doing when they find a warlord? What were they doing when they find the warlord?
they was playing sick
You can hide. Okay, very nice. Well, nice. Let's go to number 4. It's a, what is the name of the magical place behind the wardrobe?
the name of the magical place is Narnia.
Very nice, Ulises. Good done, because you make a complete answer. That's great. Well, now here we got to the number 6. What do the pensives become there? In this case, there is Narnia. What do the pensive become? In Narnia, we can say.
The prince become in rulers.
The rulers for Narnia. Okay, very nice. Another answer could be they become in kings and queens for Narnia or in Narnia. Well, let's go to the next. Number 7. What do they have to do there? Remember, what do they have to do there in Narnia? When they got to Narnia, you remember about the legend. There was a legend about someday will come for children to what? Wait, tell me, what they do in Narnia? The purpose for they go to Narnia maybe can be like a game, because they find these they know we're looking to go to Narnia. They doesn't know anything about Narnia. But and they go there and they know what they have to do in this place.
They have to fight.
To fight against who? To fight against who?
Yeah,
Yes, okay, but the idea is they go to fight, but the person that they make a combat, what is what it is? What is the person? Their enemy. Who was the enemy that they fight? Tell me, ¿quién era el malo del cuento?
The witch.
The witch. Okay, we can say they have to fight against the witch and free Narnia from the eternal, what? For the eternal winter. Well, and we have number 8. Who helps them?
The lion.
The lion, Aslan. Aslan helped to them. Number 9. What is the result of their effort? What is the result of their effort? Well, we already made the answer for this. The result is the freedom for Narnia. Narnia is not free because the evil witch has magical powers, and for these magical powers in Narnia, every time is winter. Is now, there is cold, it's like a forget country or a forget land. And the result for this sport is to freedom Narnia, the freedom of Narnia. Well, number 10, where do they go in the end? Remember, where do they go in the end? Well, I'm going to return because I think this is a little difficult. We have to remember what happened at the end. Try to read to the ending of the reading.
Come back, real world.
Come back to the real world. Okay, very nice. That's correct. Well, and that's all about Narnia. We complete this reading and this question. Well, it's a nice and very interesting, and not for the movie, because remember, this is a book. So many people say, well, if there is something that have a book, and then from the book make a movie, well, you have to read the book, because the movie is a little part from the book. If you read a book, you are going to read and you are going to use your imagination, and you are going to represent of this picture or this image about Narnia, about these characters, about the lion, about the witch. But if we go to the movies, is the idea for another one. Is the idea from the director, or maybe is the idea from the producers that we see in that place? Well, currently, many people prefers to watch something than to read. And there is a big problem for Salvadorians. And we are going to talking about, well, what are going to do Salvadorians in the new library in the downtown of San Salvador if we don't like to read? That is a question that many people says. Well, there is a nice answer, because part of the government say, well, if you don't wanna read here, and this library is modern, and we have another areas like to play video games, areas like to go to the connection with computer to the internet, or maybe you can make another things, not just read. Well, remember, it's important to read. We have to read Spanish, we have to read English. When you open a book, when you read, you are going to learn many things. If you don't read, well, it's going to be difficult to learn new things. You can learn watching something in YouTube, you can learn watching something in TV, tutorials or whatever place, but it's not the same that go and use my eyes to read and my brain to create these words, to starting to thinking, to go more there. We can make we can make better things if we read, and we can open our mind to new learnings, to new thinkings. Well, everybody, that's going to be all. Thank you for staying with me. I'm going to see you tomorrow, first God. Don't remember about two things. The first one is to say tomorrow that three versicle from our Father. I need your participation. I need you do this prayer challenge to say, in our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Well, that is for tomorrow. And the second activity, don't forget about is you have to read the sixth letter from a screw tape letter. Is this one? It's very interesting to read these texts to thinking about what is the purpose or what is the objective that or the goal that have C.S. Lewis in this letter. Is clearly we have many ideas, but we have just one goal. This is going to be for tomorrow. Ok, para mañana, dos actividades. Aprendernos el Padre Nuestro, los primeros tres versículos. Recitar los primeros tres versículos, el versículo 9, 10 y 11. ¿Qué es lo que ha dicho? ¿Verdad? Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Esas tres primeras partes, quiero escucharlos mañana al iniciar la clase, practicarlas de esa manera. Y la segunda tarea es haber leído esta carta, porque mañana la vamos a discutir. Vamos a hablar acerca de la carta número 6 de lo que sería Scrutiny Letter. Y pónganle ya atención, miren, van a encontrar esta frase por acá. Miren, desde ya van a encontrar esta frase. Los que ya la leyeron ya se habrán dado cuenta que aparece aquí. Bien, de lo que hemos estado hablando precisamente la semana pasada. Bien, pero mañana les explico un poco más qué es esto, ¿verdad? Qué es esto que está acá y por qué lo vemos diferente. Well, that's going to be all. Time is over. Goodbye. Take care.
Good night.
Thank you. Have a good one.